Hi, and welcome to Haunted AF, the podcast of real ghost stories told by real people. We are your hosts. I'm Julie Fisk.
And I'm Rebecca Black.
And welcome to our Halloween 2025 episode. Woo! And
We've
this
made
is
it.
yes, and this is a good one coming up. We've got stories from our appearance at the Hangman's House of Horrors in Fort Worth last weekend. Rebecca did this like mini investigation with some of the actors, and I'll be damned if we didn't get something.
I know.
We
I
picked
couldn't
something
believe it.
Crazy.
But first, this episode of Haunted AF is brought to you by Hangman's House of Horrors, Fort Worth's original haunted house, and it's back for its 37th season now through Sunday, November 2nd. Buy your tickets at hangmans.com and be sure to use our discount code HauntedAF15. That's 15% off your tickets. That's HauntedAF15 online or at the door. For more info, hangmans.com.
And we got to say thank you to our latest patron, Ashley Pena. And remember, it's only $5 a month to become a patron, and you'll get episodes early, ad-free, and with the pregame. Become one at patreon.com/hauntedaf, because this week you'll also get the full video of Rebecca's investigation at Hangman's House of Horrors, so you can get a really good look at that creepy place. By the way, I would have done the investigation with you guys, but I was interviewing people out front.
Yeah, we were kind of going back and forth. By the way, I think I need to call you out because you refused to go into the actual haunted house. Like, I love that you would go in the haunted part, but you wouldn't go into the haunted house with the fake characters.
Yeah, I know. I'm a wuss when it comes to, I felt bad too, because they were like, y'all want to go through before you leave? And I was like, no.
He was literally like, we'll let you cut the front of the line. And Julia's like, hell no.
No. You know, Rebecca, it's funny. There's something about those things that my brain doesn't treat them as like, oh, it's pretend it's somebody in a costume. Yeah. I literally think somebody's chasing me with a chainsaw. And I know how stupid that sounds, but I lose my freaking mind and I can't enjoy it.
I get it. I mean, I get it. It's not for everybody.
And I also am in this phase of my life where I have to do shit like mammograms and go to the gynecologist every year. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shit that I have to say yes to all the time. So if I can say no to things that I don't want to do, I'm going to say no. I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't have to do this shit all the time.
I'm planning on trying to go back.
Okay, good.
Like, I would love to go.
I did feel bad because I know you wanted to go through, and I was like, no.
I can't do it.
I know. I'm like, I'm leaving. You're like, okay, fine. All right, okay, guys, we got a box. We actually had this for a couple of weeks now. Let me make sure everybody can see this.
Saving it for
We've
this
been saving it because there's a little note on it that says, get ready for that's upside down.
Weird unboxing.
A weird unboxing. I know. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So it's like, all right, I guess we should probably go ahead and do this while we're actually filming.
And it's from a name that I don't recognize from any of our social medias or like following us.
Yeah, so. I have no idea. And can I just tell you, I am like a monkey with these things. I'm like, how do I open it?
Don't cut your whole hand off because that almost just happened.
I know. My husband gets real upset when he watches me do this shit because I can't do it. I don't know why Amazon's going to kill me one day because whenever I open, okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I ripped those too. Ooh, there's an envelope. Hold on.
Okay.
Should we, I feel like, did we read the envelope first?
Maybe? I don't know. There's,
don't believe the myths.
Okay.
Be a legend.
There's evidence. Ooh, and it's like a wad of hair. It's Bigfoot hair.
Stop. Is it really?
Bigfoot fur.
Specimen Bigfoot. You're right.
From Texas.
Smell it. Open that up and smell it.
I'll let you do that.
This says open later, not on camera.
Not on camera. Ooh. I bet there's some panties in there.
I hope so.
What is this? Oh. Spotted in Texas, August of 2025.
How cute is that?
Yeah, that looks like an older one. That looks like the Gimli or the. Okay. What does it smell like?
It does not smell.
It doesn't.
It doesn't smell mangy or,
But we also got little.
Ooh, give me that.
Yeah, what is this?
It's magic.
Oh, okay. So we will set aside.
Wait, there's more, y'all.
Our Bigfoot merkin.
Vampire teeth. Is there another one? Here, take it.
What is this?
Salt.
Oh, I do need salt. I need this in my house right now.
Oh, wait, there's more.
I think it's glue.
Vampire teeth. I really need to do these vampire teeth. Do you mind?
No, go ahead. Yes, put random things that just came in the mail in your mouth.
You know, if I go out, I go out. It's just me talking with the...
So you can't talk with It's Carter Blood Care. This is something from Carter Blood Care. Yes. All right, everybody, give blood if you can. Thank you, Carter Blood Care. We're going to have to figure out what the rest of this is. All right, so we got the unboxing done. Let's get into some stories, I think.
We also need to share this story from Tabitha. She actually shared it with us at Night of the Living podcast, but the audio was so so rough, we decided to just call her instead.
Yeah, and she was with her mom, Sandy.
Yes.
They were so cute. Plus, Tabitha has been listening since like day one.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
love
like,
you,
all right.
Tabitha.
So we went to England back in 2007, and as I was doing research on castles, I saw this one that is like, oh, have to go here. It's like your typical medieval castle when you think of it. So we go to Warwick Castle, and they even have wax figures set up throughout the castle, like they're getting ready for a party that night from the Tussaud family, which is kind of neat. We even went into the dungeon, which is very small, very dark, nothing there. Kind of creepy, but everything's okay, nothing going on. And when we came out into the courtyard, we came across this door, and I was like, oh, we can go up in here. And Mom said, no, I'm too tired. I don't want to walk anymore. This was like halfway through our trip, and she was just wearing down. And I opened the door, and I said, oh, the top is right here, and the steps aren't too bad. And she said, okay. So we go in, and when the door closes, it's dark in there. When we get up to the top of the steps, we're in a circular room. The only light that was coming in is from when we had opened the door and when it shut. You know, they set up candles, you know, like in the old days, they had candles around the room on the wall. And so there's a sign there that says, please excuse our mess. We're remodeling. They're doing something. They're fixing something. I said, well, okay. On the other side of the room is this big, thick red drape pulled across the entryway to whatever area is back there. Mom decides that she's going to go around the railing, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I just want to see what's back here. And it's like, we can't go there. And just as she gets up there and pulls back the drape, there's this big bam. And I don't know what it was. I can never recreate the noise, but it sounded like something big and heavy, but it just like slammed on something. She jumped, said, Jesus Christ, I'm getting the hell out of here. Practically ran out, just left me there. And later that year, I was watching like the Travel Channel, and they were talking about like the 10 haunted castles in Britain or something like that. And they're talking about Warwick Castle. And I called her and I said, turn it to Travel Channel. And it was the spot where that had happened.
This is really easy to find because the second you Google Warwick Castle is like, oh yeah, it's haunted by this guy. His name is Sir Folky Greville.
What a name.
Or maybe it's Greville.
Folky. I like Folky better.
I like Folky Greville. But apparently he owned Warwick Castle for a while, and at some point in time when he wasn't at the castle, he murdered his manservant.
Oh, dang.
And then started feeling bad about it, and then he killed himself. But he wasn't at Warwick when this happened. So they brought him back there. But yeah, he allegedly haunts this one tower. It's called Watergate Tower, but it's so haunted that they call it Ghost Tower now.
I love that, though.
We'll post a link to that, and you can find tons of shit on YouTube, too, if you just want to look it up yourself. So before we get into the stories that we collected at Hangman's last weekend, I wanted to take a minute to look at the history around that building because it's pretty fascinating. So they told us when we were out there that it was used as a secret helium production plant back before World War I.
Yeah.
So this building has been around for well over 100 years. At some point, it was sold off to the FAA, I think in the late 1920s. And because of the work that was done there, it was listed in the Historic American Buildings and was supposed to be preserved in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And then they just sold it and became Hangman's House of Horrors. So, not
You have two options here.
Yeah.
Save it or haunted house.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think that there's so much history out there because the people who work there 100% believe it's haunted. I think we heard a story from literally almost everyone.
Yeah.
The lore of Hangman's is completely unrelated. It's based on the legend of Hezekiah Jones, and this comes from the original Hangman's press release from 2015. On October 31st of 1883, Hezekiah Jones told patrons of McDaganville's dry goods store to make ready for the reaping because he was ready to cleanse their souls.
Uh-oh.
They paid him no mind because it was past noon, and Hezekiah was known to like his whiskey. Legend has it that before the sun set, Hezekiah had hanged more than 100 of his neighbors by luring them one by one to the oak's along the Trinity River. That's a long time, one by one.
Yeah, it seems like if you walked up and saw 80 people hanging from trees along the
you might be sus.
You might turn around.
Yeah, like I don't know if this is where I should hang out. Once the word...
no pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad. Sorry.
Once the word got out, a mob fitted the hangman with a blood-stained noose and hung him in the same spot. When the town elders returned for the body the next morning, they found only a frayed rope dangling from a half-rotted limb. Ooh. Some say Jones's kinfolk cut him down and secretly buried him. Others believe the hooded hangman still wanders the night in search of impure souls.
So they kind of like the story behind Hangman's House of Horrors. They built it around that. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't think it's true though. I
don't think it is either.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about it. I got all excited when I read it. I was like, oh, this is cool. Can't find anything about Hezekiah Jones that isn't related to Hangman's House of Horrors. I did get some stories from people in line, but it was so loud I couldn't use most of them.
Oh no.
I know. I spoke to someone named Khaled, and I wish I could have used his audio, but the music around him was so loud. He had a sleep paralysis demon that started showing up when he was a kid, but it looked different every time it showed up. Ooh. Like once it was his mom, then another time it was his brother, then it was somebody in a robe, but like an empty face. Nope. The last time it showed up, though, and he said it's been years since he's seen it, it showed up as 3 goats in his room.
No.
Red-eyed goats.
No.
Yes, and then one got like right up in his face. Oh, also as I was walking through the crowd, I was like saying, hey, do you have a ghost story? Bigfoot? We take serial killer adjacent stories.
Right.
And this young guy in line looks over and he's like, oh, I'm a serial killer.
Oh, good.
I know. And I was like, and he kind of looked like one because he was like young and good looking, and all of his friends acted kind of like, ha ha ha.
But he also might be.
I know. I was like, that's exactly what a serial killer would say.
I think you're right on that.
Oh, and then we also got this story from Logan, and thankfully the guy with the chainsaw wasn't nearby, so you can actually hear this
The chainsaw guy was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
When I went to the hospital for a very extended period of time, and the entire time while I was in the hospital, I had one dream every night about the same chick. And she had stark white skin and white hair, and she would just sit in a chair and watch me all night, and I would just watch her back. It was pretty spooky stuff, but not really that scary now that I think about it. So.
Did you ever tell the nurse or anything about it?
Yeah, I ended up telling my parents and my girlfriend about it because it was pretty weird. Definitely not anything like traumatizing, but just odd. And then as soon as I left the hospital, I stopped having the dream. So. Just weird stuff.
Thank you so much for that, Logan. And again, we're at a haunted house and everybody's standing around in line. And so the actors are coming around and like scaring everybody. And so hence all of the noise.
The train horn. It scared me while we were listening to that.
Yeah. So while I was doing that, Rebecca was interviewing some of the actors.
Yeah. By the way, I think every single person that works there that I talk to is genuinely scared of this place. And they use a buddy system so that no one ever has to walk through the halls alone. We're going to start with Megan's story.
Hi, I'm Megan, aka Jingles the Clown. I'm the head special effects artist for Hangman's House of Horrors, and I'm also a paranormal investigator on Ghost Detectors. I've worked here for many years. I can definitely vouch that this place is extremely haunted. As leadership, I get here super, super early, pretty much before everyone else on staff to set up for makeup. And the entire building is completely powered off. And there's some weird little rules for it. We call it the spooky walk. I refuse to do it unless I absolutely have to, but always take a buddy. Basically, you have to go from the front of Hangar Bay all the way to the back of the haunts, to the power boxes, to flip everything on. And it really just feels like everything in this building is following you, trying to get a hit off that box. So the last time I did that walk, I took my apprentice with me and we're locked armed. And the thing is just look forward no matter what you hear. Don't turn, don't run, just keep walking, go to the power box. It's also pitch black in there. And we're walking, we're almost there, and we're hearing something start to kind of crawl behind us. And my apprentice is like squeezing me, like calling my name, and I'm like, I know, I hear it. And right before we turned into that power box, something came crawling up behind us so fast and grabbed the back of our legs. It was It was horrifying. We have pictures of the scratches. It was pretty intense, and we pretty much just ran to that power box, flipped everything on, kicked open the door, and booked it out of the building.
Just a couple of things. First of all, Megan's voice is so sweet, and if you're not watching on YouTube, she's terrifying.
She is terrifying. She's a freaking clown, and not like just any clown, like a sharp-toothed clown that might eat your face off.
Yeah, she's so scary, but she's talking about these scratches. Also, Megan, if you're listening, please send us pictures of the scratches. I would love to see that. You called me that night, though, when you got home.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I had scratches on one side of my leg, and I have no idea how else I would have gotten them.
Yeah, and we would share them, but you had not shaved. And what was up with your toenails?
They haven't been painted in a long time. And there's still, you know how like sometimes when you wear a certain color, it'll leave a stain behind?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they were orange, and so there's like an orange stain on them. So I'm like, we can't show the feet.
I know.
It's a hot mess. But I was like, I'll show you, and you can make fun of me.
There was a scratch on your leg.
So I thought if we wanted to share the picture, we can just cut my toes out, and then I can heavily airbrush around where my leg hairs are.
Or just imagine a scratch, because it wasn't dramatic.
It wasn't. There were like 3 specific spots. There was one down low, there was one in the middle, and then there was one right below my knee.
Yeah. So Megan, we would like to see yours as well.
The next story comes from Katie, and she talks about the Estes method, which is when one person listens to a spirit box through headphones while another person is asking the questions. So you're hoping to get answers that will correlate to the questions that you don't know are being asked.
Right.
That will make sense when you hear these 2 stories.
I'm Katie Collins. I'm the coordinating manager for Hangman's House of Horrors, but I also dabble in paranormal investigating. During the show, when we're up here doing the show or doing construction or whatever, we've just noticed activity. And out of common interest, a few of us formed a paranormal group to investigate when there's not a show. One time when we had permission to film, we went and made it all the way to the top floor of building 7. And there's nothing up there. It's just very, very gutted out. And so we went up there as a group, and Melissa was going to do the Estes method in this one room. And so I waited with the other people about 3 or 4 rooms back, so I couldn't hear or see anything that's going on. And I messed with my necklace. I had a necklace, the chain goes just right here, and I was just doing this when I fidget. And then I felt this pressure, just like hands on your neck, and you could feel the warmth of like the hand pressure right here to where I couldn't breathe. And the pressure got so bad, I was choking. So I went down the hallway and I just kept running until it stopped, and it finally stopped.
Okay, so the follow-up to that story comes from Melissa, who was doing the Estes method with Katie that night, and I believe was like in another room.
I'm Melissa Witten. I'm one of the volunteers here that works for Hangman's. We were in Building 7, and we were doing the Estes method, and I could hear that came through the radio was necklace, and I was thinking to myself, necklace, why? And about that time, I hear choking, and that is about the time that Katie started getting choked, which she cannot hear me because she's 2 or 3 rooms down.
I'm sorry, but
the
all the chainsaw and the
every
screaming,
time, I know.
It just cracks me up
and
nonstop.
What's crazy is like you could not really hear it in that room when I was in there talking with them. So
right.
That's wild that you can hear it.
I hope everybody was paying attention to what she said, because she was using the spirit box, and she got choking and she got necklace. And apparently, so Ryan, who also works out at Hangman's House of Horrors.
And is Melissa's husband, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. So Ryan sent a picture of what Katie's neck looked like that night. So she had a huge red mark around her neck. After that happened.
Gosh.
So it's not right up around her neck, but it's a little lower, kind of like where the necklace would have been sitting.
Right.
But he also sent pictures of her wearing the necklace, and that's not where the necklace was.
Okay, so after all of those interviews, we decided to walk through the building and do kind of a little, I don't know, mini investigation. I really didn't have any high hopes of anything happening. Mm-hmm. But something happened.
Yeah. And when they were done, Rebecca came running out, and she was like, okay, remember to check it 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the video. I think I heard something.
Yeah.
So we finish our thing. We go home, get on with our lives. I didn't even think about this, okay, until I was at the gym on Tuesday, and I'm riding the bike and I'm watching the videos, okay? So I have my headphones on and I hear this. And again, it's right around 4 minutes, exactly when you said it was going to be.
Is anybody in here?
Whoever's walking around upstairs, can you please come down the stairs for us? please come down the stairs? I can hear you shuffling around up there. I don't know.
So the thing that's so great about that is that you guys thought you heard something.
Yeah, so they were hearing more things than I was. I was like, I don't know. You know how it is when you do some sort of paranormal investigation. It always takes forever to get anything. Mm-hmm. And like they were hearing footsteps and shuffling and I'm like, I don't hear it. That's what I'm thinking to myself this entire time.
Right.
Until we get to the stairs in this place.
So what did you hear at that moment?
So what I heard was what I thought was whispering. And let me see if I can describe this correctly. It sounded like loud whispering, not only in my ear, but then also coming from upstairs at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird? I really don't know how to describe it other than that. And It was not anything I could understand, but like somebody was whispering and I was trying to make out what they were saying, but couldn't. And what's crazy is that interference. It's like, is it just me or does it get faster in certain spots?
Yeah.
Like it's ramping up and then stops and then ramping up and then stops.
And there's a point where it almost sounds like singing to me because I asked you, was anybody singing?
No.
There's the interference and then there's a higher pitched tone or something that starts coming through.
Yeah.
So as we're listening to all of this, you're hearing certain sounds. You hear the chainsaw, you hear the screams. There are a few other, you hear the horn,
right.
Chicken lady.
Yes.
There's a couple of things that are happening over and over again. And the one thing that I noticed is that those are happening independently of this interference.
Yeah.
So I don't think that at first I thought maybe it's the chainsaw, but you hear the chainsaw without this happening. Correct. Sometimes. Should we listen to it again?
I want to listen to it again because I was excited to hear it with the headphones on and not just like on my phone to see if I could maybe distinguish something.
So everybody listen very closely and listen for that kind of higher pitch. Again, it sounds like singing to me.
Whoever's walking around upstairs, can you please come down the stairs for us? Can you please come down the stairs? I can hear you shuffling around up there.
That one got me a little bit.
So in the very first clip where it starts to get staticky is where I hear what could potentially be singing or whistling.
Yeah, there's something.
It's like you hear the static and then there's something just above it.
Yeah. Here's another interesting thing that I noticed as I was editing these videos from Katie and Melissa. When they start talking about the activity specifically happening to them, you will hear that interference again.
Okay, I thought I was hallucinating.
No.
I heard it too, because like when Megan was telling her story about the scratch, I hear the as she's saying something.
But only when they're talking about the specific moment. So here's a clip from Katie's story that we already listened to, but here's where you hear the interference.
I felt this pressure, just like hands on your neck, and you could feel the warmth of like the hand pressure right here to where I couldn't breathe.
I've gone through all of this video and it's not like that's happening over and over again. Because I know when we listen to it, it just sounds like static.
Right.
But it happens in specific places.
Right.
And it freaked me out.
Well, like I'm just now hearing this portion of it. Like you didn't tell me any of that. But while we were listening to Megan the first time and then Katie the first time,
You
was
noticed
like,
it.
I was like, oh my God, because I did not notice that.
Yes.
Like, whoa, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It really, right?
And like, I was so skeptical when I was in there because I'm always skeptical, right?
Same.
And I'm like, I'm only in here for 5-10 minutes. There's no way I'm going to catch anything. And like Megan had bells on her outfit. And I'm like, nobody's going to be able to hear over the bells. And then for us to have some sort of static electricity situation,
it's wild.
Is beyond my mental capacity, I should say.
So we're going to post this short part of the video at hauntedafpodcast for those of you who aren't watching on YouTube. Listen very closely. Let us know what you think. And again, this is a great time to be a patron because we're going to post the full 5-minute video on our Patreon page so you can do the full walkthrough with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff. I have not had a chance to really just go through it and pick out everything and get a really good look at it. Again, I was riding the bike at the gym.
Right.
So there's no telling what kind of stuff we've missed on there. Y'all go help us out. See if you see anything.
I will say there's a couple of places where it looks like there's a whole bunch of orbs like going in front, but I'm like, could that just be dust because it's a really old building?
Yeah,
Yes.
I noticed that too, and I do think it was dust.
It looks cool.
But go through it, guys. Let us know what you see.
Thank you again to Hangman's House of Horrors for sponsoring us all this month, and especially for letting us creep around in your closed off hallways.
Seriously.
We really appreciate it. We got a whole damn episode out of 5 minutes of work. They will be open for tours right now through November 2nd, and you can still get that 15% off by using the Haunted AF 15 promo code. Remember, that code will work at the door or at hangmans.com.
And this is our last episode for now. Haunted AF is going to move to a pop-up schedule in 2026, meaning we're going to just release episodes whenever we have enough stories to do so. That means the ball's in your court now.
Yerp.
Yeah, so if you're still waiting to tell us that Bigfoot story when he stole your four-wheeler, or maybe the werewolf you saw sitting on your porch, or maybe that serial killer who's burying people in your backyard.
It's probably that dude from Hangman's last weekend.
You're probably right. But whatever the story is, send it all to hauntedafpodcast@gmail.com so we can use it on the next Haunted AF.